Yo guys, how's it going? It's your boy, the Geeky Gangster here, coming back today with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing episode 1 of getting ranked for the Brutal Swarm season. I'm going to be showing you guys all 10 games of my, getting ranked to 10 placement matches I need. And I'm just going to be going through them with you guys. And that's basically the gist of it. So let's get right into the game. Alrighty boys, so something that I did not mention in the beginning of it was basically I'm going to be in a party by myself for all 10 of the games, and I'm only going to be solo queuing, so I don't know who is going to be on my team for any single one of these games. And that makes it a little bit more interesting, I suppose. Because most of the time you go into a ranked game, you want your teammates with you, you want a full squad of 4, but I'm solo queuing all the way through it just to see how I do. It's very interesting, that studio, or that stadium, I'm sorry, is in ranked, and also it gives you 5 banning options now, which is pretty interesting. So there's 5 maps to choose from. I don't know if I necessarily like that. I sort of like the whole 3 thing, and then one team bans one, the other team bans the other, and then we play on the one that neither one of us didn't ban and that we both like. I sort of like that better than just having 5, and then we ban our least favorite one, so then it's just a random one between the 3, and I don't know, man. I guess both of them work. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. I mean, it used to just be a random map and we had no option anyway, so. And by the way, guys, another interesting fact is I have not bought the new operators so far, so this might make this new series a little bit boring for you guys. Hopefully not too boring. But yeah, guys, I do not have Grem, I think his name is. So we'll go ahead and play with Frost for the first round. Uh-oh. He invited me to the party, but we are not joining any parties throughout this 10 games.
Secure the bombs.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't spam me throughout the entire time. I might have to block him. I don't think you guys can even see the party invites popping up, but he's already invited me twice now.
Setting the welcome mat.
Location compromised. Plan accordingly.
Swapping mags. Healing station set.
10 seconds. Down to 5 seconds. Op 4 has located a bomb.
Loading new mag. Swapping mags.
Let's go. The other team already TK'd each other. This should be a pretty good game, boys. Let's go. You gotta love TKing in ranked games. It's just sort of like a mood killer, to be honest. Even if it does happen on the other team, like it's just not good. It's just not going to be the same anymore, and like somebody else ruined it. By the way, guys, I have an interview tomorrow, even though I just started my new job a couple weeks ago, because I needed a job for like a month or maybe like a month and a half before I took my real estate exam, and I'm praying that I pass my real estate exam and that real estate actually works out for me. So if you guys didn't know, real estate does not work out for the vast majority of people who try it. Something like 80% of real estate agents actually quit within the first 5 years. Which is pretty insane. And so obviously I'm very nervous because if real estate does work out, then I'll be extremely wealthy, way more wealthy than I would have ever imagined being otherwise. The average real estate agent in their first year in Michigan makes about $83,000, with top earners on average making about 130 to 140,000.
4 eliminated. Mission
That'd be like your top like 15 to 10%. Like that's the average top earner. It's not like the best of the best of the best, but just like who's up on top on average, So you're about like $80,000 when like I was, I really couldn't have ever imagined making 50,000. So even if I make half of what the average real estate agent makes, I'll be doing really good in life. That's what I'm saying. But I started this new job like two weeks ago, working retail at a clothing store, and I don't like how sexist it is. I've definitely experienced a ton of gender-based discrimination. A large part of my training was, what is the role of a man in the workplace, what my responsibilities as a man is, and it's responsibilities that women can do too, but they just don't want women doing it. And the thing that really pissed me off was one thing in specific was like doing the pop and moving pop bottles around. And my manager said that, women can't do it, and I as a man have that full responsibility. And then later I finish my shift and I go grocery shopping at, an actual like supermarket, and I see a woman doing the exact same job that I was just told that women couldn't do like 30 minutes ago. And so I have so many extra responsibilities just because I have a penis. Literally. And just because, I have a beard and that I'm a man, and they say it outright too. They say your job as a man, they say women cannot do this and this and that, and so that whole thing just sort of pisses me off, man, But there's just so much bullshit at this job as well. They make me go through so much. Like I literally signed up to be a cashier, and I'm hardly ever a cashier. They have me like putting furniture together and like deadlifting the furniture and constantly moving around and hurting my back and stuff in the back room. And it's just so much. So now I have an interview for literally the exact same grocery store that I said I went grocery shopping at earlier. And this wasn't planned. I didn't talk about it to anyone while I was there or bring it up at all. But then I got called in for an interview because I saw the job posting on Indeed. And I already worked at this supermarket, but they hired me for third shift because I wanted to try third shift like a couple years ago. And it just didn't work out for me. I ended up giving up on that pretty quickly just because third shift didn't work out at all. And so now they're going to bring me back on today's shift, which is pretty cool. And then, in another couple weeks after that, I'm praying that I can quit again and go into real estate. So I got a job a couple weeks ago. I'm hopefully about to get a job tomorrow and change that job. And then in a few weeks from now, I'm going to quit this next job and get a new job. But then I'll be in real estate for a solid few years at least, hopefully. I really hope it does work out and I'm in that average earnings of like $80,000 a year. It sounds so unrealistic to me. It sounds too good to be true.
Secure the bomb.
But like I really don't know where I'm going to go from there if it doesn't work out, Because I really need to figure out how to make money and how to survive on my own and actually have like a good life, But college is pretty complicated. I thought about going to college this year, but I definitely don't want to do a 4-year thing. I was just going to go to college for like 6 months, like this year to get a certificate. But it was just like a sales and customer service certificate, and I honestly couldn't see like what jobs I would actually get with that certificate that I wouldn't be able to get like otherwise. You know what I mean? Or that would actually like unironically pay me more just because I say that I have a certificate. Like I don't know. And maybe if real estate doesn't work out, maybe I could become a car salesman still. I did interview for Ford like a couple years ago now. Maybe just, I think it was like at the beginning of 2021 that I interviewed for a Ford car sales company. But they ended up not giving me a job because I brought up like another interview I did like the day before that, and I think that made them mad. But you really should not tell people who are about to hire you that you have other interviews. They don't like to hear that for some reason, which is kind of odd to me. Like, if you're the better job, just let me pick you, you know? Like, I don't understand why you're so mad about it. Like, I swear to God, dude, jobs will get more offended by you talking to other jobs than girls will get by you talking to other girls. I swear to God, dude. Which is kind of gay, to be honest, but it just is what it is. You have to live with that. It's a sort of a fact of life.
Four, last operator standing.
But yeah, guys, you know, I I just want to have my life together and be financially stable so bad and work on my dream of becoming a digital nomad, save a ton of money, and live off, you know, day trading the stock market for the rest of my life. Hopefully, in less than 5 years, I'll be a professional stock market day trader and a digital nomad, basically meaning that I won't have a home and I'll just travel the world constantly. You know, like live in an Airbnbs and stuff all around the globe, because on the stock market, you don't need to be in a geographical location at all, which is nice. So that's my long-term goal, to become a day trading digital nomad on the stock market. So I just live on the stock market and travel the world. But we're definitely started from the bottom story, guys. You know, started from the bottom, now we're here. Yeah. Because I feel like I really wasted the past few years of my life. You know, I feel like a lot of people, like in prison, basically, would have more things that they've looked past on in the past few years than I've looked past on. I've done exceptionally little with my life, especially this year. 2021, basically I went to Seattle in April. I tried to move to Seattle and that did not work out at all, and so I moved back like 2 weeks later due to multiple different circumstances that came up post moving, actually, which really sucked. And then it took me until like late May to get like another car, because I sold my car before moving to Seattle, because I figured if I lived in Seattle I wouldn't need a car, and then I needed a car when I came back, so it took me like a month and a half after that to get a car, late May. And then on June 19th of 2021, unfortunately, I totaled my car in a very bad car accident, and of which I had to watch someone bleed out because the other person was on a motorcycle, and it was very, very traumatic for me having but fortunately he lived, and fortunately, you know, the county prosecutor's office ruled me the victim of his crimes, actually, because he was reckless driving. But I don't think you guys understand, just because you're not at fault for something, that doesn't change the fact that you watched a man bleed out in front of Dairy Queen. Like, this man could not speak. He was out of his mind. Like, he was barely conscious at all. He couldn't open his eyes. He didn't know where he was. He didn't know like what day it was. He didn't know who his girlfriend was at or anything. Like, he was completely out of it. He was just gushing blood. And I don't know how he survived. And having to watch that sort of thing, like, it doesn't matter if it's not your fault, you know. It's the same thing with like veterans. I'm not saying, like, I'm not comparing it into a car accident to being a veteran, because obviously being a soldier is a lot harder. But it's the same sort of concept. Like, it doesn't matter if it's your fault that the person is injured or is bleeding out. You know, it's basically almost, you know. I don't want to say it's irrelevant, because obviously it does matter, and obviously it's a lot worse if it is your fault, and if you feel guilty over that. But regardless, if you have to go through that, it's going to be traumatic, bro. I can guarantee you that. That's what I'm trying to say. Where's this dude? Bad. this point about to be my first kill? Let's go, baby!
Friendly mission.
Oh no, I went 3-1. I went 3-1, and the person that went 1-1 is better than me. 6-1, 1-1, 3-1, 2-1, 3-1. How is this dude better than the entire team? Right here, but we got the 4-0 sweep, boys, while talking about my financial situation. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I feel like this video went by super quick. I feel like the game went by super quickly, so I hope you guys did enjoy it. This was episode 1 to getting ranked. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe, because I do post Siege content regularly. And obviously we have 9 more episodes of the Getting Ranked series. And plus, I'm considering doing like a movie to where I put all the episodes together and just give you guys the highlights of all 10 episodes, like a full movie. I might not do that because it might be, yeah, I think it's going to be way too much space on my computer, honestly. Scratch that I just said that. If I do upload it, you guys are going to see it, obviously. But make sure to subscribe so you can see the next 9 episodes Getting Ranked if you guys enjoyed this video. And we also do many other different types of videos, such as swiping through dating apps. Like if you go onto my channel, you will see my latest Tinder video, and also swiping through the Badoo app we just did, and all sorts of just random videos as well throughout. So I'll see you guys in whatever video comes next. If you guys subscribe, alright, peace.